Guys, remember in Friday's video how after I jumped in the pool I was gonna like wash my hair? That didn't happen. And I had my hair all wet and then it turned into these really pretty like beachy waves and I was like, awesome, I'm gonna try and keep them in my hair, and so when I'm filming today I'll at least have really nice hair, because today, you know, it's gonna be the worst product, so you know, one is gonna be good, one's gonna be bad, so it's evening out. So I like braided it, I put like beach spray in it, and look what I ended up with. It's just like a really sad, almost like ponytail crimped hair. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it means that today's makeup is gonna look really good and my hair is gonna look like... Hello everyone! And today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a new worth the rating video, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some of the worst rated products from the drugstore. If you guys missed it, I have done a worst rated from Sephora, I've done the 5-star rated from Sephora as well as from drugstore, so check out those videos in the card section and at the end of the video in case you guys are interested in those series as well. And I'm gonna go into the makeup process with a positive mindset. We're gonna hope that everything works here today, and maybe it's just fiddling around with the application and just finding something that works. If some of these products are your favorites, that is awesome. I'm gonna really try and make these work for myself as well and come up with a nice look, but these are the products that the general population who has inputted any sort of ratings into like an Ulta.com, they have told me that these products are terrible. But I don't know, maybe they just had a really bad day and they wanted to take it out on Ulta.com's review system. So I hope you guys find this video helpful or entertaining, and if you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into this. Like, honestly, hair, could you just at least pretend that you don't have like a bird's nest in the back there? That'd be great, thanks. Okay, so the first product we're going to be using is a product that I have used before, and it is the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. I actually talked about this product in my drugstore haul update, and it is full on super soaker level, and it says on the website a light fine mist. No, it is not. I'm gonna spray it on my face and you guys are all gonna see what I'm talking about because it's really intense. I was prepped for it and it still surprised me. Oh my gosh, it's so much. Honestly, if I wanted that much water on my face, I would just go outside and use the hose. Like, to me, just like, that's way too strong of a mist. It needs to be much finer. And I didn't really see any longevity benefits from this product in particular, though I did try it out a whole bunch of different ways. I just think there are better primers out there, from e.l.f. included. This is just not one of the ones that I loved. Now that that has dried down on my face a little bit, I'm gonna go in with another primer, but it's a color corrector as well. So I wanted to test it out, and it is by Almay. It is their Smart Shade Perfect and Correct Primer. So this is one of the swirly ones. It has the purple in it that's going to correct any sallowness, and green to correct any redness. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Okay, it's sort of like a ribboned type of thing, and it has like the green and the purple in it, and it smushes together to be a really appetizing tealy kind of a color, but very gray. That's not exactly something I want to put on my face, but we're gonna do it. Okay, all of the greenness seems to be entirely disappearing. So I mean, that's kind of a good thing and also kind of a bad thing, because don't you want the green to show up because then it's going to counteract any redness? I don't know. I know I don't have a lot of redness on my skin, so maybe it's different if you have rosacea or something like that. To me, I'm not really seeing anything on areas where I do have some redness, like on my chin, for example, and I would have expected it to have just some form of a green tint to it or something, because it seems to just dry down very clear. Maybe that works really well with the e.l.f. one though, and it's going to help my makeup stay in place, but for color correcting purposes, I don't really see any benefit. Now we're gonna go on to foundation, and the one I'm gonna be testing out is by Revlon. It is their Photo Ready Airbrush Effect makeup. This is in the shade 002 Vanilla. It is supposed to give you a poreless, airbrushed sort of a look. It has a light filtering technology to deliver poreless, airbrushed finish with multi-dimensional pigments for a flawless, luminous complexion. So I would say in terms of formulation, it's fairly liquidy. It's not watery, but it isn't super thick either. And we are going to use a brush here to apply it to the face. All right, it seems to apply to the face fairly well. It's not a terrible shade MAC either, which is good. There's a little bit of a scent to it. I wasn't expecting that. I'd say it's fairly accurate to say it is medium to full coverage. We'll see how layerable it is, but so far so good. I don't see anything crazy about this foundation. Why is everyone hating on this foundation so much? Oh, it has sparkle in it? Wait, what? Did I miss that? Yo, I don't see any glitter at all. What's happening? Are people getting is it a different formula in Canada than it is in the States? We'll see what it looks like on my skin when it actually dries down. We'll see if there's any glitter. In terms of coverage, I would say it's pretty buildable coverage. It's not my favorite foundation I've ever used. I can see it like bunching up around my nose a little bit and in enlarged pore kind of areas. But it does seem to cover the redness and the acne scarring and stuff that I have on my chin fairly well. Now we're gonna go on to concealer. This is by Revlon. It is their Youth Effects Fill and Blur Concealer. This is in light medium. I talked about this also in my drugstore haul update for you guys. I tried light and it was way too yellow for me. The shade range within the whole Youth Effects line is just very off. It's either really pink or really yellow. It was hard to find a neutral undertone that was still light enough. But this one seemed to work really well for me. Definitely light to medium coverage. It's not terrible, but the shade range is off and it's just way too expensive for what it is. So yeah, it's definitely not my favorite. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a powder and we're gonna be using the NYX Finishing Powder. This is their translucent powder. It is a very finely milled powder. I've talked about it before. I really don't mind this powder at all. But a lot of people say that the flashback on this product is terrible. Definitely not something you want to use for baking if you do that. But in very small doses, I think it's totally acceptable and totally fine. It does its job. Now I am using my little velour puff. If you guys watch my videos, you know I love these things for pressing and you can see the powder like going everywhere. It just pushes everything into the skin so it doesn't look really powdery. You can control how much product you're using and you're not gonna overload your skin and make it look really cakey. I just really enjoy these. For every powder that I use, I think these are fantastic. So this is where we're at so far with makeup, and I gotta say, so far I'm winning over the Sephora worst rated products. I was in disaster zone already at this point. But you know what? I'm feeling good about this. We're gonna continue on. We're gonna go on to bronzer. This is one I just picked up from Physicians Formula. It is their Bronze Booster Instant Lasting Bronze Glow. I don't know, what are these? Glow Boosting Sunstones. Sunstones, what's that? Looks like little balls of sparkly bronzer. Fun. This is in light to medium, and we are going to test this out and see what's up. Ooh, brush and puff included. Brush and puff. Why do you need both? So they have a very thin brush here. Oh, and they do. They have like this little puff thing, which I assume is just to keep all of the balls of bronzer in place, I guess. Like, I can't imagine you like patting this into your skin. That would be a lot. Be really careful when you're brushing this around because the little like balls go out everywhere and they look like little rabbit pellets, which is super appetizing when you're trying to do your makeup. Ah, stop running away from me, you little pellets. So that's what it looks like so far on the skin. Like, I'm not seeing anything overly terrible, to be honest. I feel like I have to look it up. Like, why were people upset about this product? Okay, so it seems like the consensus online is that it is too shimmery and the balls fall out of the container way too easily. Okay, I can kind of see that it is very glowy, so if you're looking for a matte bronzer, then you probably shouldn't have picked up the glow boosting sunstones. Like, in my studio lights, I'm not noticing any like big chunks of glitter or anything over the top in any way, but I don't know. I'll ask editing Rachel, do you have any comments on what it looked like in daylight? Because like right now, it's looking pretty good. All right, we seem to be doing really well so far. Let's keep up this pace. I'm excited. This is the best worst rated I've ever filmed. We're gonna go on to blush now. This is a new one by Maybelline. It is their Fit Me blush, and this is in the shade Plum. It seems like a lot of people are saying that these do not blend out very well, so we'll try it out. We'll see what it looks like, but that is the color. It's a nice cool toned plummy shade, sort of that gray mauve-y tone. Oh my gosh, you're right. This is really hard to blend out. It almost seemed to like settle into spots on my skin, weirdly enough. I'm like trying to blend it out and make it like blend into my skin a little bit better. Like, this side's not too bad, but this side you can like see where it's not blending in properly. Oh, I was doing so well. I kind of look like a clown on one side. Oh no! Yeah, no, I do not like these very much, or maybe it was just the color I don't really like. I don't know, but these aren't blending out very well. I'm really struggling to get them to blend seamlessly into the rest of my skin, and like in person, it's just they're looking a little bit off and uneven. I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying, but I don't have high hopes for this. And I don't put blush this close to the front of my face, but I felt like I had to like keep blending it, otherwise it was just like this stark line. Okay, that seems a little bit better. I think I've like almost fixed it, but it's like a little low on this side. Okay, whatever. We'll go on to the next step. Now we're gonna go on to highlight, and I'm gonna be using the Essence Light Up Your Face Illuminizer palette. It has a trio of highlights. I have talked about not liking this product before, and I just find that this color is too glittery, and then these two shades just don't show up really well. They're not very pigmented, and they just, I don't know, they're just not very exciting. Like, you can see Like that's not anything, I don't know, like that's just not very exciting. Let's just go all in with the glitter here. Look at that, bam! On camera, it looks really good. And in person, it's like I streaked my face with glitter. By the way, I love the fact that I have a pimple right on my skin right where I want all my highlights. So the pimple's like, hey, what's up? Covered in glitter. Okay, so I wanted to zoom in a little bit just so you guys could see the overall look, and also I'm gonna be going on to all the eye stuff, and I wanted to just zoom it in, make it really personal. You can see it's really not looking that terrible, to be honest. I'm getting some really good coverage here. The glitter in the highlights just like kind of throwing me off. I don't really like that look for myself personally, but like on camera it looks really good, so whatever. Everything's settling down really nicely. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about this look so far. Now we're gonna go on to brows, and I'm opening up a new product I have not used before, but it's rated terribly online. It is by Revlon. It is their Color Stay Brow Crayon in Soft Brown, and it's this giant monstrosity of a crayon. Can someone please explain this whole trend of like a couple of different brands, especially Drugstore, going in with this whole like giant jumbo brow pencil thing? Because I don't understand it. It says here it is going to have 24-hour wear, perfectly defined brows in one stroke. One stroke? Who's doing their brows in one stroke? So it goes into the instructions. Glide the crayon over the brow in one swipe, repeat to build intensity. I feel like this is a disaster waiting to happen, but you know what? We're gonna follow the instructions. Okay, let's do this. So they say one stroke. So far, not one stroke. Oh, it's very thick formula. Just brush that into place. All right, there you go. One and done, people. Looking really good. So let's do that to the other side. I'm gonna like make it look as nice as possible. Trying to taper it out at the end. What are you supposed to do when this wears down to a stump though? Like, do you like work the edges to try and get the end? I don't understand. Like, I want Instagram brows, not ones that look like Oscar the Grouch. I'm just sort of like, I'm missing areas here that I want to fill in. I'd rather have it taper at the end. There are spots in here that aren't getting filled in. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of this product, and I would much prefer a much thinner and tapered brow pencil. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the eyes, and also don't mind the lips. I didn't actually put anything on them, I was just rubbing all the foundation off. Now we're gonna test out some eye primers. These are by Physicians Formula. They are their Matte and Shimmer Insta Ready primers. So there's two different finishes here. So I've never tested these before, so let's see what these look like on the skin here. So that is clearly the shimmer one. And then the matte one, I guess, has more of a neutral kind of skin tone base. They're very smooth and serum-y. All right, I'm not mad at them so far. So the shimmer one is very shimmery. It is very glittery, hence the name. I don't think I want to use that one on my eyes because I think I have enough glitter on my face. Feels really nice though when I'm applying it. Like, it doesn't feel really thick or super drying. It blends out really nicely. Maybe it just had a really bad review because of the glitter one, because it was really glittery. Because it's called glitter. Now we're gonna go on to eyeshadows, and I'm going to be testing out one from e.l.f. This is their clay eyeshadow palette in Necessary Nudes, and people were saying online that these just had zero color payoff. They were not pigmented at all. So there are 5 shades here. It looks like 3 of them have some form of glitter or sheen, and 2 of them are matte. And let's put them on the skin and we'll see what they look like. So there are the swatches. They are not smooth, they are chalky and patchy. It's not the greatest collection of eyeshadows in terms of quality that I've ever seen, but maybe we'll make them work on the eyes and we'll see what they actually look like when they're blended out. So let's start with this matte shade right here. And we'll put that into the crease area. And we're gonna go in with this matte shade right here, and I'm gonna apply that to the outer lash line as well as sort of the outer V to give it a bit of definition. The pigmentation isn't bad. It's not the best palette that I've ever tried from the drugstore or otherwise. But it's not awful either. It is getting some pigmentation, like you can see it on this side. I have to blend this out still, but you can see it, it's there. Now I'm just taking a big fluffy brush and I'm just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth to blend the color out. I'm gonna take a little bit of that light shade and apply it to the inner corners and underneath the brows. Then I'm gonna take this metallic shade right there and apply it to the lids. I'm gonna try it dry, and then I'm gonna try spritzing it with some Fix Plus and see if that makes any sort of a difference. Update, this palette does not like that at all. It seems to be bringing a lot of glitter to the forefront, but no nice shimmery or metallic-iness. And just a quick update on the whole concealer situation. I don't know what it is, maybe it's the primer or the powder, but this concealer today has decided to go very, very yellow, and it's broken up in the inner corners of the eyes. For liner today, I'm gonna be testing out one from Rimmel. This is their Scandalize Thick Thin Eyeliner. It is waterproof, slanted 2-in-1 tip, so you can do a thick line or a thin line. It says here it is improved, whatever that means. Maybe these are older reviews, maybe. Who knows? I think for liner today, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple, but I do wanna test out this whole like 2-in-1 liner thing on my hand here. I'd say it's pretty black and it is very matte. It seems to dry down very easily. I would say that the pen itself seems a little bit more of an inflexible brush head, so I'm kind of curious how that's gonna go on the eyes, but we'll kind of keep it simple and we'll just kind of line along the outer edge here. All right, so that is one eye done, and to be honest, I didn't really have a lot of difficulty in the application, so maybe they really have improved it since all of those reviews have gone out on this product. I felt like it didn't skip over any folds or creases in my lids. It smoothed over everything very easily. It was easy to get a nice crisp line. It was, the thick end isn't as thick as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like really over the top, but you can see it there. Hopefully my camera's going to focus on it so you guys can see it, but the difference isn't too crazy. So it is a nice natural look if you wanted to kind of just create a little tiny little wing on the outside or a little bit of thickness there versus the inside. I thought it did a really good job. We'll see how it holds up on the eyes throughout the day, but I mean, so far so good. Okay, update. While recurling my lash, you can see it took off part of my liner, which is great. Now onto mascara, and we're gonna be using one from Rimmel. It is their Shake It Fresh Volume Mascara for clump-free volume. It looks like this, and it is like 17 pounds. It's ridiculous. So I guess the whole premise behind this is that you are supposed to shake it like so, and that is going to mix up the formula and keep it fresher for longer, so you're not going through all this like dried mascara. I haven't used it that long to actually test that whole theory, but we will kind of wear it on the eyes. I think I've actually talked about this product before. I don't like it. I don't think it does a lot for your lashes, and I think it's kind of gimmicky, to be honest, but let's put it on. Let's see. Maybe, you know, 7th time is the charm. The formula is very smooth. It is black. It is easy to apply. Those are all pluses. It is a little bit on the wet side for my taste personally. But let's do another coat and see what that looks like. All right, so that is 2 coats of the mascara on my eye, and you can see already that my lashes have started to fall. I don't know if it's because of the fact that the formula is wet and it's kind of weighing my lashes down versus a tackier formula is going to keep them more upright. This is definitely not a favorite. I think there are way better mascaras from the drugstore, and this isn't one of them for me. And the last product we're going to be using today to complete this look is a lip product, and this is by e.l.f., and it is their Berry Tint, and I did not talk about it in the drugstore haul update because I wanted to give it a couple of more chances and see if I could make it work. I really liked it the first time that I used it. I thought it gave a beautiful stain to the lips, but then as I started wearing it more, I noticed that unless you do it perfectly in one swoop, it sort of like clings onto any drier bits in your lips. Like they have to be super exfoliated and smooth, and you have to let it dry fully. If you like press your lips together at all, everything's gonna bunch up and like it's just not gonna look right. So I'm not overall a huge fan of this. We'll see if it works on my lips today. So you can see just in there that the color is really pretty, at least the berry one. Really lovely color, but you have to apply it really smoothly right from the get-go. So there it is on my lips. You can see it's still drying down a little bit, but it's beautiful color. I think the color is stunning. It's just a tricky formula to work with, and you just have to kind of play around with it. If you do like stains, you might really like this, and it is a nice, cheap, affordable one to play with, but the formula itself is a little bit finicky, and if you have dry lips, do not put this on. So you can see here, this is the final look. I'm going to do an update for you guys at the end of the day and check in to see what these products look like, because some of them I thought were pretty good, but maybe they don't last very well during the day. But I think overall, like, I was fairly successful in making most of these products work. There are a bunch here that I just don't like. I don't like the primer mist. I don't like the mascara as examples, but I think there are some in here that actually worked fairly well. Like I think the e.l.f. eyeshadow was not that bad. I think that the matte shades worked well, and if you're on a budget and you just need something that's going to give you just a little bit of definition of very nice, easy, natural look, this is still really good. I did not love the blush very well. I thought that was way too much work to get it to blend, and I have, again, way better blushes from the drugstore that I enjoy. But yeah, so I'm going to go on with the rest of my day, and I will check in with you guys in a bit and let you guys know what is up with this look. Okay, it is the end of the day, so I wanted to give you guys an update. By the way, do you like my shirt? It says Kale on it. Thank you, Bite Beauty. My favorite pajama shirt. Okay, makeup. So, first of all, I want to talk about this foundation that I thought looked totally fine in my studio lights. I was wrong, it's all of the sparkle. In natural light, you can really see that sparkle, and it wasn't from the highlight, it wasn't from anything else. Like I could see it in like specific patches and spots around my face, and it was fairly noticeable. I would say more close up than far away. So I mean, it was fairly finely milled, but it was still there. So if that's gonna irritate you, just heads up right there, don't go for that particular foundation. The eyeshadow was pretty good. I like the matte shades. The shimmer shades just didn't really do it for me. They weren't super pigmented, and they were just basically just loose glitter, and like not a lot of it. So it just was like a I'm also not a big fan of the mascara. My lashes have drooped, and you can also see some of the mascara has crumbled a bit under my eyes and left little specks. And the concealer mixed with this powder, I don't know what happened because I did not have this issue before, but it has become super yellow and it has like creased really weird. I don't know what happened. It was not like that when I set it with the Coty Airspun. It was totally fine, but mixed with this NYX powder, like, not pretty. And you can see this is what has remained of the berry tint. It wasn't super long lasting, but it wasn't like immediately off my lips either. So you know what? This wasn't terrible. I don't mind this e.l.f. compact. I don't mind the eye primer by Physicians Formula. Even their bronzer is fine. I just didn't love the fact that this container is so small, so the like little rabbit pellets get out over everything. But yeah, you know what? I didn't end up with a piece of lip pencil in my mouth, so I would call this video a win. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like these whole worth the rating kinds of videos, and if you want me to do more of these, maybe testing out singular products and new launches that have really good or really bad reviews and ratings and things, and I'll let you guys know if it's worth the rating. But I really enjoyed doing this, so give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing week so far, and I will see you guys on my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.